has been said. Way to go, Dan, way to go, Jenna. But so if I repeat myself, it bears repeating, so you'll just have to bear with that. I was asked to kind of talk a little bit about Kevin, not so much a lot of what you've already heard, but some stuff that maybe you don't know. So I'm here to talk about Kevin. Of course, we all adore Bobby, and we adore Kevin's mom, Pat. They were the wind beneath his wings, and we all know that, so let's give him the credit for that. I talked to some people that knew Kevin a lot better than I did, and of course Bobby was one of them. Naturally, you know him a lot better than I did. And I said, well, Bobby, what even brought you guys to Montrose? It's a really, really entertaining story that they came through here in 2012. And I think if I asked this audience how many people end up living here because they drove through Montrose, if you stood up, there'd be a lot of people like, that's a cute little town, let's go back and check that out. They came here in 2012, they liked it, but they didn't move here. So then they came back again in 2013, they came back to go camping, and they experienced some of what the local country can give them. They got stuck in the snow, they woke up with their tent trailer all covered with snow, and that would deter a lot of people to move to a warmer climate, but not these two. And they were looking for a place to move. Bobby put out some resumes. She was hired with the Montrose Forest Products as their comptroller. So lucky for us, that's when Kevin and Bobby moved to Montrose, Colorado. Pat and Kevin's dad, they moved, Stanley, moved here after that, and Stanley's passed away, Kevin's passed away, and now we get to enjoy Bobby and Pat for a little bit longer, I hope a lot longer. In talking or reading what Jane Bilberry said, Kevin Bobby said they came and did Maine in Motion one night. Remember that on Thursday and Friday nights? Mm-hmm. And they stumbled on a booth, a Montrose Democratic booth. And the guy, I don't know who it was, so I'm not giving anybody credit or blame, but they said, yeah, we're here, but we don't really have a lot going on. Well, that was enough to spark a fire under Kevin. So he got involved, and as Jane Bilberry said, when the bus pulled up strategically in front on like North First, you know where that is, North First, and then it parked across the street, what was a bank, and now it's still a bank, but it was San Juan Construction at the time. And it was Jared Polis, Jenna Griswold, Dave Young. I mean, it was all the big players, and they hopped off the bus. And Jane said, they kind of looked at Kevin and said, who the heck is this guy? Because I guess Kevin orchestrated the bus tour that came from Montrose. So, so they came here then, and 2016, I'm going to repeat some numbers, so there's going to be a trivia question after this. When they came in 2014, 5,600 votes were cast in Montrose for the Clinton and Kane. 2019, he was involved with the Democratic Party as only Kevin can be, which means 100%. He was duly elected the new chair at that point. And of course, Kevin, as we all know, Kevin was in at 150%. Also in 2019, he helped organize, or maybe he organized, the Women's March. One of the first women's marches that was here, that's open to men, of course, and Kevin was there, over 500 attendees. And I give credit to Kevin for the marches we've had since then. He laid the groundwork to show us how important it is to get out and march, and how important it is for us to be together and to read the signs and just be together working for a common cause. 2019, Kevin was recognized as the recipient of the Rural Outreach Award. I think I have that date right, but if I don't, Bobby, don't correct me on this one. And that one was given to honor those that fight for democratic values. at all counties across the state. I'm actually thinking it's later than that, because I actually went to Denver to attend that, the Obama dinner. I thought maybe Obama would be at the dinner, but he wasn't, but I knew that. Working together to build a stronger Democratic Party. Let me just tell you that I was just so fortunate to be at that, and that was when I realized how important Kevin was for the Montrose County and for Western Colorado, because everybody just came up to talk to him. It was Hickenlooper and Bennett, and all of them were just, hey Kev, and I thought, this guy has really put us on the map, and he's really represented us so well for the Democratic Party. So 2012, 6,100 votes were given for Obama and Biden. Clinton Kane, I forgot all about Kane, but Clinton 5,600, and then Biden Harris 7,600, 28, and by the time Harris Walz, which you've heard before, that was 8,400 votes were cast here in Montrose County, which is 2,800 votes more in the time since we started counting. Kevin was so proud of us. Last December, Kevin sent out a newsletter. So let's put that in perspective. We were in shock, and I think we all went into what Kevin called grief therapy. I mean, we all, I don't want to deal with it. Don't talk to me, don't look at me, don't answer the phone, and certainly turn the TV off, because I don't want to hear anybody's voices right now, and you know who I'm talking about. So he put out a newsletter to the Montrose Dems, and I kept it and pulled it back up the other day, and I'm going to repeat what Dan said, but it's worth repeating in Kevin's words. Montrose County Dems has the hardest working and most dedicated officers, precinct organizers, and volunteers for Colorado. And that's because it really was a joy to work with Kevin. He inspired us, he empowered us, he made us feel like we were the most important person in the room when he talked to us. And he says, I repeat, I know because for 2 years when I worked for the state party, I collaborated with counties all over the state. Our team touched voters 30,000 times in 2024. Our team touched that many voters with phone calls, postcards, door hangers, and text. Yeah, that was huge. I mean, that's just the kind of effect that Kevin had by just being around. So for the Montrose Democrats, let me just say this. Kevin established the gold membership, which was a big deal. You see the people that have this, we could still make more of these, but it started out with $20 a month. That's what a lot of people do, 20 bucks a month. But with that, we were able to now have a budget and actually plan on something. And so with that, are able now to have our office out on East Main, 1500 East Main. A really screaming deal, I need to let you know, from Dee Corum and Marty McHugh with Coffee Trader. They were upstairs. They basically took their ping pong table downstairs in their offices and made us a really good deal. Vera and Rich came through with all their vision and has made it a place that oh my gosh, I can say for all of us, it's like a safe place. It certainly is, where we can walk in the door and you feel like, we got this. I know we're gonna be around people, we're gonna be together, and so it's a place we can all be together, we can all have our meetings, we're not gonna get evicted, and it's become a community hub. And so it's opened, and I'm segueing into the next part of this, a community hub, because that's what Kevin wanted. He loved the Democrats, but he also loved this community. And so also Kevin, while he was here, he started the Montrose Outreach Program. And give me just 1 second. And I know I'm gonna go back to this thing, this which is a keeper, is all I could do to read it. But he started the outreach program about 4 years ago. And in the newsletter that he wrote last December, as he's wrapping up, and totally honestly making us all feel like we're gonna be okay, we're in here together. I would be negligent if I also didn't mention all the community outreach we have done in the last 4 years. We have donated goods and funds of more than $40,000 quoting from the bottom of our party banner, which I think, I don't know if I see it here, but helping our community to do better so we all can strive, which is right over there. And that's what Kevin always, it was just not us as Democrats, it's us as a community and finding that common ground. He said we must stay the course and build on our community outreach because it clearly does make a difference. So let's go in with the community just a little bit more. Kevin and Bobby they've done a lot of things, but I will say what I've worked with them personally, they've been in charge of the community Thanksgiving dinners for quite a few years. And if when you know, you know. That's a lot of work. The last few years, this community dinner project, if you call it that, has served over 3,000 meals on Thanksgiving Day. Well, Kevin was like the grand poobah of Thanksgiving dinners. I don't know how we're gonna get through that day without him, but I know that we will. And we would start now, but on Thanksgiving week, he oversaw the buying, the thawing, the cooking of over 100 and deboning, which that's really gross. 160 plus turkeys. So if you're at your house complaining about the one turkey in your kitchen, we don't want to hear it. Because Kevin actually would oversee for the whole week that whole task. And then when it comes down to the day, it's like a fire hose in your mouth. And Kevin calmly just made sure we all had it together and we got it done, we got it cleaned up, and we were able to come back year after year to come back. And so yeah, we're doing it again, and I will do it. We'll do it successfully, but it's going to be painful at times, and it already has been. So I'm going to say this, that you all have an envelope on your tables, and you've heard this a lot tonight about the Staying Strong Together Fund. Well, that is a fund that's a restricted fund that won't go into the whole Democratic Party. It's going to be, I think you guys all know when Kevin would get these, when you would receive these emails and Kevin would say, so-and-so needs help, let's do this, let's do that. And it may not be in the purview of what we would do, but it was very close to Kevin's heart. And he would take in feral cats. We never gave money to feral cats, but that's kind of where he is. So I want you to listen to this. This was written by Kim Floyd about the Staying Stronger Together Fund. So this Stronger Together Fund has been launched in memory of Kevin Coons. In a heartfelt tribute to Kevin Coons, our beloved late party chair, the launch of the Stronger Together Fund marks a significant step towards fostering and progressive values within our community. Kevin was known for his exceptional ability to transcend party lines, bringing people together to work collaboratively for the greater good. The Stronger Together Fund aims to carry forward Kevin's legacy by supporting initiatives that promote inclusivity, outreach, and collective action. It seeks to create opportunities for diverse voices to come together and engage in a meaningful dialogue, reflecting Kevin's belief in finding that common ground. Through this fund, we hope to inspire and empower community members to come together in solidarity and champion the progressive ideals Kevin passionately advocated. By investing in projects that uplift marginalized voices and encourage civic engagement, the Stronger Together Fund is a fitting homage to a leader who dedicated his life, his short time here in Montrose, but he's left an indelible mark to making our community better. It's just making our community a better place for everyone. So as we move forward, you guys, and we owe it to Kevin that we will move forward, and we will do this together. Let us honor Kevin's memory by coming together stronger and more united than we've ever been. Together, we can truly embody the spirit of collaboration and progress that he held so dear. Thank you.